Hey guys, welcome back to another podcast of I'm Not Okay with Danny G. It's your girl Danny G in the building. Hey. There was some drama that went down on YouTube, and if you follow my podcast or have been on my page, you know I'm all about YouTube, and I love drama. Get your cup of tea and let's get sipping. Alright guys, I'm back. I'm so glad to be back. My tooth was hurting a few weeks back and I'm feeling much better. A lot of good things have been happening in my life, so I've just been in a more positive mood. I'm trying to bring positive energy in and let the negative energy out. A lot of woosah. So yeah, I've been doing good and I'm feeling good. I sound a little worn out and it's all within good reason. I'm just really tired. But it's so worth it. Worth it. Okay, putting me aside, because it's not all about me. I'm still not okay, but I'm doing better. Just kidding. Okay, guys, so I love YouTube. Huge fan of YouTube. Love everything it does, everything, that has been on there. I do have a YouTube page that I neglect very badly, like a stepchild, and I'm so sorry. I will work on it. I will try. I always say I will try. I don't like to put stuff out that I don't like. Therefore, I don't upload as much as I do. The podcast is up there, but I would love to do more live podcasts and unboxings and things like that. But like I said, I don't like to put out bad content. So I just don't put out things that I would not want to see myself, if that makes sense. So I'm a huge YouTube fan. I love YouTube and I love what has been put out on YouTube and I watch it religiously. I have my favorite YouTubers and I will watch their stuff when it comes out. I get notified when it comes out. I'm all about YouTube and supporting YouTubers. That being said, I do love me some YouTube drama. I'm definitely one of those people who hates drama in my life. But when it's happening super far away and I can just sit back and sip my tea, I do enjoy. So let's get into the YouTube drama. Okay, so unless you've lived under a rock for a while, there was a docuseries that came out about a YouTuber, and then a lot of falling out has happened since then. So I'm going to back it up and try to go in chronological order from when that came out. Maybe even a little before. Okay, so there's a YouTuber. His name is Shane Dawson, and we go way back. No, I don't know him, but I've watched his videos since way back. And he's done a lot of different stuff. He does crazy conspiracy videos that I love. He does eating videos that I love. And now he's more into this director producing phase that I'm loving. So he's been lately talking to his friends who are YouTubers as well, and he does little mini docuseries about them. He's done one with Trisha Paytas, he's done one with Tana Mojo. So Jeffree Starr is from MySpace days, way back in the day. If you are not familiar with MySpace, you are too young to know about 99.9 of the references I make. You have to have had a MySpace page at some point in your life if you listen to this podcast. Please tell me you had a MySpace. That is life. Anyways, Jeffree Starr, way back in the day, was a singer and just this little web celebrity. Very small, very tiny, but made bold comments and bold statements that got him noticed. And of course, his pink hair, and then he had awesome music. Everyone was all about Jeffree Starr. So time passes, we kind of put Jeffree on the back burner, and then YouTube comes around and he returns. He resurfaces, and he is now a beauty guru. And he's always done makeup. He's mentioned it in stories in the past, that's what he did, even back in the MySpace days, his old job, he worked at Mac. So anyways, now he makes YouTube videos about makeup. And it's a big deal. He's a pretty huge deal. He's had famous celebrities. Also, he's, known for how he looks because he's covered in tattoos. And one of the tattoo artists was one of his best friends, and they had a falling out. And if you don't know, you can Google that. But him and Kat Von D used to be best friends, and now they're not. We used to be best buddies, and now we're not. Moving on. So then other makeup artists come out. Jeffree Star comes out, and then we have, Sister Jeff. So then Jeffree Star does makeup. There's also other makeup artists coming out in the world who people are loving and paying attention to. Sister James, who I love. Manny MUA. If you don't like my fucking channel, then don't watch. We got Nikita Dragon, Laura Lee, Gabriel Zamora. So there's like a lot of other people coming out in the world, Patrick Starr, and they're all doing great things. Well, I'm guessing the beauty community is a really small world. I don't know too much about it. I just know I love all those videos I watch of all these people, and I attempt to do makeup on occasion, and it always comes out super crappy. I get told all the time, but it's just me expressing myself, and I love watching them because they do it so beautiful, and I'm like watching them thinking I can, but trust me, I can't. They are all in this small community, and they all end up having to run into each other eventually at, beauty conventions and makeup conventions. So they become friends, and then in return, becoming friends means doing stuff on YouTube together because they all have YouTube pages. So they've all been in each other's videos. So Jeffrey's been in all those MUA's videos. Like, he's been in all the Beauty Guru videos. He's done videos with James, with Manny, with Laura, with Jaclyn Hill, like everybody. So it's great, it's cool, whatever. Apparently, there's also been falling outs in the beauty community where, for one reason or another, they're no longer friends. A lot of the time, it's like more because of behind the scene reasons, like we don't know, or it's, very little things, and they're always like throwing shade at each other. There's like some side tea going on, but you kind of never really know, and they're always like, oh, I don't want to talk about it, but we're not friends anymore. So stuff like that. Then in return, we have YouTube drama between beauty gurus, and that's always a little fun to pay attention to and watch or whatever. Never wishing ill on anyone, never, ever, ever. But, everyone has their drama, but they just tend to put theirs out on blast. So who doesn't like to watch? Anyway, Shane Dawson does a docuseries with Jeffree Star. And it's like a 5-part documentary series about Jeffree Star and his life and, how he came up and his struggles and, where he went after MySpace and what he's done since then and like how he's become so big and so influential and how his makeup line is like a multi-billion-dollar company. It's amazing. It's a very good docuseries. It's on YouTube. Definitely should go see. It's been talked about. It's very great. Very interesting, especially if you know Jeffree Star, you're like, oh, wow. Or if you're interested in makeup, like, they just go into so many different things. So one of the parts of the docuseries, Jeffree gets into how he's kind of an isolated person. He has a partner, super cute guy, like, they just live this quiet little life with their 5 little puppies, and it's very beautiful, and it's very bougie and very fabulous. But Jeffree has been friends with so many people, but he's had a lot of falling outs as well, so he's a very isolated kind of person. And he kind of touches on it. And you're kind of like, oh, that's so sad because he seems like such a good person. And I still think he's a good person. But you kind of see some change in him when he talks about it. And then he also talks about a lot of the reasons people don't like him. And how he's had falling outs. Not just in the beauty community, but like just in general in life. He's had falling outs with like I said, Kat Von D and Akon and other people who were influential in his life in one point or another. Well, one of the reasons he's had kind of like a bad reputation is that he's been known to say some like off the wall shit. Like, if you've ever watched anything of Jeffree besides like a music video of him talking, like a Snapchat or a vlog or one of his makeup tutorials, he will say some off the wall shit. Like, he just does not give 2 fucks. Love it. I'm about it. Love it. I am about it. Anyway, so back in his day when he wasn't as big, he said even more off-the-wall shit, and it was more out of ignorance than like being malicious, but it came back to haunt him. So he said some racist stuff way back in the day, and he got a lot of hate for it, and he brought it up again in this video and was explaining that he was sorry, and he explained how he was sorry back in the day, and that whole situation. So fast forward to now. After the docuseries came out, he got so much love and support, which was great to see because you kind of make yourself so vulnerable and you don't know how people are going to take it. Like, they could love you or they could hate you after this comes out, and you're kind of putting yourself out there, like kind of just like naked on a platform of like, this is me, this is who I am, this is my past, my present, my future, take me as I am. I liked Jeffree Star before the docuseries, and then that coming out and kind of getting to know him more made me it made me appreciate him more. I definitely downloaded his music again, and I was always watching his videos anyways, but I was just like, wow, I didn't know how deep some stuff went. So that came out, time passes, everything's cool, and like I said, he slightly touches on falling outs he's had with people in the past, but he doesn't throw too much shade or too much tea, but like mentions, that some people took advantage of him and that's why they're not friends anymore. Some of it was, him not being the best person, and some of it was them kind of using him and things like that. So you kind of have to put the pieces together if you don't know everything. So I don't know all the drama in the beauty community. So sometimes I don't know what he's talking about when he's throwing shade. So I kind of have to piece it together myself. So some time passes since the docuseries comes out. And like I said, getting a lot of love, a lot of positivity. And it's a really cool thing. Well, apparently behind the scenes, some of the other beauty gurus and makeup artists were not happy with it. And they felt personally attacked, like he was talking about me even though he didn't say it. So there was some salt going around. There were some salty friends. So there's like these 4 makeup artists who are very good friends, super close. They're just about life. And this is what happened. This is how it unfolds. And I'm gonna try, like I said, to go in chronological order. What had happened was, so there's these 4 makeup artists who are really good friends, who were also friends with Jeffree Star at one point in time in their career, and they are no longer friends. Well, one of them never really was friends with him, but, knew of him, and they're in the community, so I'm sure they've had, like, sayings with each other. Gabriel Zamora, a makeup artist, took a picture with his friends Nikita Dragun, Manny MUA, and Laura Lee. And what they were doing in the picture was recreating a picture Kylie Jenner took of her 21st birthday, where I think it's like Kylie, Courtney, Kim, and her mom. I don't know. There's like a big group of people and they're all flipping off the camera. Super cute, super whatever. I'm 21. Like, I'm too good for life, but I'm not. And I don't drink, but now I'm drinking. Whatever, Kylie. Like, you had a baby. No shade to Kylie. It's just sometimes, like, she gets too big for her own head, I think. So, like I said, Gabriel, Nikita Dragun, Manny MUA, and Laura Lee are flipping off the camera in the picture. And it's like, oh, we're just recreating this picture. That's what was being said by them. Like, well, they didn't say anything. And all his friends that I just mentioned were friends with Jeffree Star but have had falling outs. And I guess they were mad about what happened. And he's done a video about this. You can check it out on his YouTube page, Gabriel Zamora. And he says that he was sticking up for his friends. So he posted a picture and then it got captioned, "Bitch is bitter because without him we're doing better." So as soon as that picture came out with that caption, like, Twitter broke down, went crazy, because everyone already knows who they're talking about. There's 4 makeup artists there who were once friends with Jeffree Star, and they're not friends with Jeffree Star now. And he makes a docuseries and kind of throws a little shade towards their way, so they're real quick to assume that it's about them. So Gabriel Zamora took it upon himself to kind of start up some drama. And I think he knew what he was doing, and I'm pretty sure he said himself in his video that he was kind of kicking up some drama. So then Gabriel sent out another tweet so that if you didn't know, now you know who he's talking about. And this one said, "Imagine standing a racist. I could never. Honey, every time I was around him, he would constantly say racist things about black people." So Zamora's referring to Jeffree Star's past, like I said, back in the MySpace days, that he talked about in his video and even admitted to and apologized for. After Gabriel Zamora put out that tweet, it kind of like backfired on him. After the tweet went out, Laura Lee and Manny like favorited it on Twitter, but then after like it started getting a lot of backlash, I think they went back and like unliked it. So fans who read it were like, "Oh no, Jeffree Star fans went crazy and were like, oh, you're not gonna talk about my Jeffree that way." And they went up and they dug up a whole bunch of stuff. Like, I love people who do this. Like, they have too much time on their hands and should get a life. But, like, I'm thankful for them because they kind of put people in their place. Like, those people are like, oh, I'm going to troll all right, but I'm going to, like, make sure you know that if you're talking shit about my friend, I'll let it be known you're not the greatest person. They found old racist tweets from Laura Lee, Nikita Dragun, and Manny. And they were like, oh, yeah, well, if you think he's a racist, let's remind everyone what you've said in the past. And I'm talking, these tweets are old, from like 2012, 2013, like old school tweets. We're talking like people put Gabriel in his place and reminded him and everyone that he dropped the N-word in a tweet back like in 2012, and that Nikita Dragun put that she could never imagine being black. and how Manny recently had said on Snapchat of him like side-eyeing an Uber driver for not speaking English. So people went hard on them and were like, oh no, we got you. I think the worst one that came out was when Laura Lee had tweeted. It was right after the Trayvon Martin situation of that poor black kid who got shot. And, you know, like, racism has always been around, and we're starting to, I don't know what's going on in the world, but it's not getting better at all. So the Trayvon Martin thing came out, and Laura Lee ended up tweeting, tip for all black people, if you pull up your pants, you can run from the police faster. Right after that tweet, Laura Lee deactivated her account because I guess she just got way too much backlash. And I can understand why. Yeah, that was an old tweet, but that's such a super insensitive tweet that should have never even been said in the first time. After fans went and put them in their place, it then happened that they all decided to put out apology videos. And, you know, some of them seemed genuine. Like, I feel like Gabriel Zamora's was pretty genuine. Laura Lee's was fake as fuck, and those tears were bullshit, and she just was not about it. Like, I just didn't believe it. I don't even know if Nikita Dragon put out one, and then Manny MUA kind of went overboard from, like, making one apology video to, like, another apology video about his first apology video. It was kind of all over the place. I'll talk about some of the apology videos. The first one I'll talk about is Gabriel Zamora, because he kind of put things in perspective for me in his video. And his video was saying what he did, and he talks about, like, you know, he was starting to get the fire from what happened, and he asked everyone what should he do, the other people who were involved, and how he got advice. And then all of a sudden things start changing because now it's getting worse for them, and people are pulling up these old racist tweets they've all said, and some of his friends who are in this picture are now turning on him. And it turns into this whole different scenario of, like, not even about Jeffrey anymore, and then it becomes kind of about them. In the end, Gabriel Zamora, I think his video was the most honest. And, you know, he even admitted to texting Jeffree Star, then calling him and personally apologizing for what he did, and then, you know, went on YouTube and apologized to everyone else for what he did. And it felt very genuine. It felt real. Like, you know, he was like, you know, guys, I fucked up and I'm sorry. And I'm like, you know, that's pretty big. Like, he could have just kept it going or ignored it, but he didn't. So I liked it. It was pretty genuine, I felt. I think the next video that came out was Laura Lee's apology, and I don't even know what she's saying. Like, half the video she's like, like, she's doing that high-pitched cry. She's wiping away tears that aren't falling down. And then she's, like, going from crying to talking normal. She's like, please, I'm so sorry. And then she's like, guys, leave my family alone. They weren't a part of this. And I don't know. I just wasn't buying hers. Like I said, I don't think Nikita Dragon put out one. Manny then puts out an apology video. And I don't even think he said sorry to Jeffree Star. He mentions Jeffree Star, but I don't think he actually apologizes to Jeffree Star. He's more like, you know, I'm sorry, guys. I messed up. And, you know, my past is so bad. And I'm trying to be a better person. And I was like, okay, you know. He's not the greatest. We all have made mistakes, for sure. For sure we've all made mistakes. Completely understandable. Then he makes another video, and then it's in reference to Gabriel Zamora's video, and he's like, I'm really sorry to Gabriel, and putting him in this position of making him have to apologize first, and kind of throwing him under the bus. And then it's like, okay, so are we sorry for being racist? Are we sorry for talking shit about Jeffrey, or are we sorry to Gabriel Zamora? Like, Manny kind of just, I don't think he knows where to go, and he's very scared, so he's just all over the place. Needless to say, a lot of them have lost a lot of subscribers because of this. A lot of them. Sponsorships, makeup deals, and this is how they make their money. Yes, they are YouTubers, but they make their money off brand deals. So them talking and giving out their codes or whatever for the makeup or whatever they're using, those people are backing out and like, nah, I don't want to work with you. And then in return, now they're losing their subscribers. So people aren't even watching. So the people paying them are like, no, I don't want to promote you. No one's even watching you. I think the worst to have got it all was Laura Lee, because it just was not genuine enough. And she's gone down from 5 million subscribers to 4.5 million subscribers. So Laura Lee went down a noticeable amount of subscribers. And that's kind of her fault. I don't feel bad. And that's like in the past 30 days. So it's happening really fast. Like they build their following pretty fast when they put out interesting content or when they're given the tea and stuff like that. And after her video, a lot of people are like, you know what? I don't want to associate with her anymore. Not only is she super insensitive, but she's not genuine. That's what I'm getting from people who are unfollowing her. And I never followed her. I've never been in her lane, but like I've known of her through other YouTube videos I've watched, and I've seen her collaborate with people, and I know she's done a lot of work with brands, and she makes her own makeup and, you know, eyeshadow and highlighters and things like that. And now those things are off the table. I think it's Sephora. One of the makeup companies that sells her makeup took them off. They took it out of the store. They took it offline. It says sold out, and it is no longer available. She is losing millions of dollars. That girl is getting the worst of it, and she's feeling it. With all of this going on, the person who's actually gaining love and subscribers and more opportunities and more eyes looking his way is Jeffree. I think it's incredible how these people were trying to hurt him and bring him down and throw shade and put him as to be a bad person. And out of this comes that they're not the greatest person. And Jeffree is kind of getting put on this higher pedestal. He has now hit 10 million subscribers on YouTube after this docuseries went out and after all this drama went out. So I think he was already steadily going up after the docuseries because, like I said, it shows his vulnerability and things like that. It's been a whirlwind ride for Jeffree. He's gained so much love and respect and subscribers, and I feel like a lot of more great things are going to come his way, all because he took down his barriers and he was so honest. Now, these other makeup artists, YouTubers, they're all going to, I'm sure the dust is going to settle and they'll all be okay eventually. But it'll be interesting to see what happens next. Because since them all putting out their apology videos, which I think was like 2 weeks ago, not one of them has posted again since. So I'm interested to see what they do next. Is this like a Logan Paul thing or Jake Paul or whatever? Like after that crazy video, are they going to continue to do these like sappy stories of like wanting more attention, or are they just going to jump back onto like the makeup guru life and act like nothing ever happened? So it's interesting to see. Like I said, this is all super late and I know it's been out and it's been talked about, but I just wanted to put my opinion because I have noticed it and I thought it was so crazy. People trying to throw someone under the bus helped that person shine even more. So I'm very interested to see what's going to come next of it. Jeffree's doing just fine. He's still posting videos. He's doing his life. Shane Dawson is on to the next project, you know, about to shake the earth again with something great, I'm sure. Through all this, I discovered Gabriel Zamora, and I was like, well, I want to see what his video was. So I watched his apology video, and then I was like, let me see. Like, he seems pretty legit. And then I ended up falling down this YouTube hole with him, so I'm very interested in him. Manny, I've always liked. And I think he's genuine, but I think he's a little lost and he's a little confused and he's a little scared because Gabriel Zamora kind of showed the real side of him, which isn't that he's the greatest person in the world. But I do love Manny, and so I will continue to support him. Nikita Dragun, I've never really Nikita Dragun, I've never watched. I've seen a few of her videos here and there or a few of her collab videos, but she's never been really like someone I follow. I'm interested to see what she does post next because I don't even think she put out an apology video because this really didn't hit her too hard. She did put out some racist stuff and she apologized and things like that. The person I'm interested to see the most is Laura Lee, who I don't watch too much, but I want to see what comes next of it, or even if she's going to come back on YouTube. Like I said, she's lost so much. She's lost money, she's lost subscribers, she's lost fans, she's lost sponsorships, she's losing money. So I feel like she's dug herself in this deep hole that she put herself in 1,000%. Like, you were not genuine. And people can smell bullshit a mile away. Like, don't bullshit people because they don't like that. If you're real, even if it sucks and it hurts and you're like, yeah, I said that and I was a fucking dumbass. Like, that sounds better than, oh my God, I retweeted this tweet. No, you said that tweet yourself, girl. Like, don't even lie. That makes it even worse. So that is the YouTube drama. That is the tea this week, guys. I know it's a little late and it's kind of been coming out, and I just wanted to put my 2 cents in and let you guys know that I know it. I'm about it. I will keep you updated. If you're interested, I'm interested, and I want to know what happens next. So I hope you enjoyed your sip of tea with me, guys. All right, guys, thanks for listening to another podcast of I'm Not Okay with Danny G. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for not being okay with me and just sticking together in this world of just chaotic drama. And let's hope the world, changes for the better. But let's still not be okay together. All right, guys, thanks for listening. Bye.